begin.
しかし、未知をゼロに返すための
Hello, Nana. How are you today? Gonna do my dailies quickly.
원두향은 언제 맡아도 좋아요.
I'm good, thanks for asking.
함장님, 승인을 기다리는 정책이 있습니다. 검토 부탁드려요.
Ooh, 30 back to back?
모든 안건을 확인해 주셨네. 모든 안건을 확.
Like, what's gonna happen? That's an excellent question. I'll just do
제가
this
앞장설게요.
quickly.
어서
But what do
가요.
I think will happen next chapter? So then it's gonna be about Arabella. I think we might actually see Olga rather than just being in the background.
여러분, 에데니티의 이름으로 처단하겠습니다. 대단하시네요. 앞으로 나아갈 힘을. 이 정도면 걱정 마. 내 무대 힘을 빌려줄게. 이 정도면 맛 좀 보시길 바라겠습니다.
Yeah, so I think Arabella's gonna show up. Olga's gonna be there at some point. I don't know if she's gonna show up at the end again. But they promised they'd all be here, so I think Olga will definitely show up and like save us something in the middle. We're gonna get a bit more about her rather than just waiting for week 3. And then I think Arabella is going to work with us as like a double agent against Anise, because we're her primary goal, not Anise. She was just a means to an end for her. So I think she'll help us turn against Anise, and then we're gonna fight the big anteater looking monster. That's basically the TODR for what I think is gonna happen next.
아이돌은 항상 완벽해야 해. Time to shine. 지지 않겠어요. 뒤늦은 후회보단 앞으로 나아갈 힘을. 여러분, 준비하시죠. 여러분의 힘을 빌려주세요. 야, 야. 별일
We'll have to wait
아니었네요.
and see like a week or 2. But then maybe like a week and a half. Yeah, we got a week and a half to go before the next character, Arabella. I haven't seen if they announced a GNN for this one, but I assume we're getting one since she is limited. That done. Now then, finish the dailies. Let's get to the event. This sticker though. Prologue, first story, second story, third story, epilogue. So just 5 segments. Good. Go ahead. I'll catch up on it in a moment. This platoon always comes back alive. Ask why? She just smiles. If you're curious about the secret, follow in the fox's footsteps. Do you mean season 1, season 2, or season 3? Not season 4 twice? Yeah, so currently my favorite season is season 3. I really like season 3. That's my current favorite season. Season 1, Chapter 4, yep. It's funny it says Season 4, Chapter 1 here, but if you go over here, it says Act 5, Chapter 1. At 12. Reclaim this. I know about the most important things. Then let's get back to the event. Prologue. Following the fox's footsteps. And then I go whoosh and fire the arrow. But the invader dodged the arrow and I take a hit and go down. Ugh. Hilde, I have a question. Oh, I need you on the replay to get that face. Yes? What is it? What are you talking about a hit at the critical moment? Captain, you still don't get it. Haven't you heard the saying? Train as you fight, fight as you train? In other words, if you fail during training, you'll succeed through your fight. I don't know about that. Are you sure about that? Of course. Well, playing war game with you was quite fun. I almost got a little too fired up. Oh, Anika's calling me. I'll be right back. The moment Hilde hurried out the door, Uni came in through the door on the opposite side. Commander, should we start playing the next mission? Huh? Captain, where did Hilde go? She said Anika called for her. Figures. She must have made a run for it knowing I'd be coming around soon. I've lost count of how many times she's used that same excuse. And to think she did this while we're here as a guest. It's no big deal. It is to me. I've told her countless times that she should behave properly since she represents our entire team, and yet... my jaw is fairly sore from all the nagging. You really care about Hilde, don't you, Uni? Huh? What do you mean by that? You've got the wrong idea. You don't nag someone unless you care about them. That's... maybe we should try nagging Hilde a bit too. I can't allow that. We're the only ones who get to nag her. We? I won't back down on this, not even for you. As Uni shouted it with firm resolve, a small notebook fell from her pocket. What's this? Oh, that's a military notebook. I've recorded all of our fighting's past missions in it. It's technically classified, but since you're officially involved in this operation, I think it's fine. What are these notes about Hilde? Well, she's our commander after all. She makes the key decisions in every operation. I just recorded things as they were. There's nothing special about it. There's some interesting stuff in here. Would it be alright if I asked you a few things about Hilde? Huh? About her? Since you're the one asking, I suppose I have no choice. Even though I'd rather not tell you. Despite her words of reluctance, Uni's voice was brimming with joy and pride. Just a moment. If I'm going to do this, I should really get into character. Like this. Uni, your appearances. Is that her gift? Hey, Captain. Why look so surprised? Hilde suddenly appeared? I don't know what you mean. I look the same as always. No, I'm pretty sure you just changed completely. It's just your imagination. Anyway, you want to hear about my exploits, right? Alright, I'll fill you in one by one. Interesting. What is her official gift?
무슨 일이신가요?
It says she has no gift. Interesting. First story. Who's talking about? My ears are burning. Listen to Uni's story. The universe hates the obvious most of all. 13 Fox first mission begins. Flag theory. The first one is flag theory. Is the reason you picked this one? It's something Hilde says often, like during the war game earlier. I know you take an interest in this, Captain. You can't just raise a flag anywhere. You gotta control the timing and frequency just right. Try repeating after me. Once I get through this, I'm going to marry her. Once I get through this, I'm going to marry her? Oh my, what a passionate confession. If you say so, I suppose there's no choice but to. Hey, you guys only told me to say it. I'm joking. Captain, do you understand the philosophy behind the flag there just now? Not at all. That said, there was some impressive acting. That was some effective acting in Uni. Uni? What are you suddenly talking about? Anyway, I'll explain it in detail, so listen up. Always be careful raising flags. Flag 31. The universe hates the obvious most of all. Assuming you come back is too predictable. It's a death flag, so don't ever you do it. With that in mind, I'll definitely make it back alive. Don't worry, it's a no-go. Absolutely, never do it. The universe hates obvious things more than anything, you know? Because this mission that carries a bad omen, because it assumes coming back alive is a given, because it's an expression that causes tension before a mission. About flag theory, number 2. If you already have a flag, even the universe will shrug and move on. You have to twist things as much as possible to avoid that flag. Sometimes, banning a survival flag is the way to go. Survival flag is the opposite of a death flag. The odds of this mission succeeding are only 1%. We'll die if we fail. We fail, we die. If the line itself is dramatic, you're safe. Obviously, it's a flag, it's safe, it depends. Flag 33. Master survival flags. Here's an example of a flag twist the commander demonstrated. Once this mission is over, I'm going to home and sleeping all day, a full 20 hours. And this within Fireteam Fox is absolutely forbidden. No matter how much you twist things, there are flags you could never raise. Promise or not, if I don't use it, I don't use it. I say don't use it, don't use it. I'm returning after this war is over. Let's go eat something good when this mission is done. Don't worry about me. Just go. I always keep my promises. Ah, that's the one. Death flags and survival flags must be used with a clear distinction. Because the universe hates the obvious most of all, taking survival for granted will only invite something to ruin it. In that case, all of the odds of this mission succeeding are only 1%. We fail, we die. It's safe. Note. Miraculous success is certainly Fate's favorite kind of dramatic scene. Complicated, profound. Isn't that the charm of flags? Final warning. Flags must never be raised in Fireteam Fox. Don't worry about me. Go. I always keep my promises. Commander's expression looked bitter when she said that. I need to make sure I check so I don't accidentally say it. Didn't Typhara say that in her segment? The Rita segment, I mean? So I can double check in. Double checking. Is it 9? Maybe 9. Yep, it was 9. 9 said, "Don't worry, I promise I'll say 2 that I will return." Yeah, it was 9 who said it, not Typhara, my mistake. Can I move on to the real thing? Did you follow that? That's the basis of flag theory. But theory alone isn't enough. You need a real experience. Pretty sure I already went through that earlier. Oh, come on, that was just a joke. It was a good example written in a notebook, you see? There was this one mission. The second unit only just learned about flag theory. Got all that? Now, then it's time for live practice. Prepare for battle. Uni, did you forget something? Yeah, is this it for me? That's right. Shall we take position? That's some nice art right there.
기합 넣고 갑니다. 모두 잘 부탁해. 명사수의 실력을 보여줄게. 거점을 파고들어서 이렇게 기합 넣고 갑니다. 명사수의 실력을 보여줄게. 기합 넣고 갑니다. 빠져나갈 틈따위 아닐 테니까.
That was easy. Commander, there are too many of them. Is this the end for me? I really didn't want to use this. And that's how we accomplished the mission, thanks to the flag theory. I don't think the flags had anything to do with it. Oh, come on now, this is my secret technique. Just trust me and give it a try. However, the Captain never gave the theory a try. After deciding to put the theory into practice, the Captain had to announce a sudden retirement due to a back injury. What? Oh, this is Hilde talking. Just something to give it a try. However, the Captain never gave the theory a try. After deciding to put the theory into practice, the Captain had to announce a sudden retirement due to a back injury. What are you talking about? Mission report. Invader swarms are suppressed. All personnel return safely. Special notes. The Grain appears to have already identified the enemy positions and the likelihood of additional encounters before engagement began. Flag theory isn't a joke. Would it be the Commander's own command style, designed to keep Temptation members from freezing up and keep them moving? Conclusion. The words are strange, but the results are exact. See that? Even a joke made to survive can become a tactic if you use it right. I don't fully understand it yet, but Commander Hilde doesn't seem like someone who's smiling without a thought in her head. Great work today, everyone. Second story. Time to head out on a mission. Listen to Uni's story. Legendary strategist known as the Battlefield Trickster. Watch her with your own eyes. Alright, now for the second one. Well, we picked quite a memorable mission. It was stuck with me because the objective was pretty tricky. You're an officer too. You must know how tough search and rescue missions can be. I know that, yeah. But you know who we are. We're Fireteam Fox, the squad that takes on the toughest jobs out there. Something like that does kill the mood a bit, but anyway. What I'm saying is, I did a great job in this mission. Then what about Uni? Uni? She's always reliable. Capable, thorough, hardworking. The only thing she's lacking is a little height. I once thought it would be nice if she grew just as tall as me, you know. Then she got absolutely furious. Honestly, that was on me. Yep, I should apologize to her when I get back. I see you took that to heart. I have no idea what you're talking about. More importantly, weren't you curious about the mission? It was such a brutal mission. Enemies everywhere, no way to check on the rescue target, barely any troops. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't tough, but hey, you know who I am. I'm the best firearms expert in the Iron Rain and the commander of Fireteam Fox. Come on, take a seat next to me. I'm about to tell you one heck of a story. Everyone, stay alert. Move out. The mission begins, and the commander peers into the analyzer. A moment later, she speaks. 5 on the right, 2 o'clock. We want the platoon ready themselves. 5 hostiles appear at the right at 2 o'clock. Alright, focus. Focus up, focus. Iron Rain Standard Field Manual 12-4. Before engaging, assess the situation. Incident luck born from battlefield experience. Calculating enemy movements using the analyzer. Compiling advanced reconnaissance reports from the platoon. Do they want to see what it says? Exactly what the analyzer is for. I should really check the mark for the one that I think it is, and then check the experience, just so I can not say I'm cheating. A fork in the road. The one was about to stop, the commander signaled first. At the second fork too. The path is blocked. We come face to face with the enemy. Iron Rain Signal Manual 54-6. Stay sharp and listen up. Commander's role is not to issue orders. It is to create an environment where the platoon does not have to make decisions on their own. Sometimes I did make my own call during this mission. A lot of times, orders didn't reach me. Once or twice, there were some unexpected situations. Never, the signal always came first. Go to that one. Okay, they're saying it is this one. Mission complete. Objective secured. All hands returned, but the number of engagements was suspiciously low. The enemy was clearly everywhere. The commander never intended to fight from the start. She used the analyzer to find the gaps in the enemy's formation and slip through. Yep. Mission complete without a scratch today. Iron Rain Standard Field Manual 1-1. Winning 100 battles is not the greatest victory. Winning without fighting is true victory. Today's mission was particularly easy. The entire battlefield was in the commander's hands. The enemy was weaker than expected. It's clearly this one. What's the hint? A simple battlefield like this is in the palm of my hand. I was right. The enemy sent Manual 12-4. Before engaging, assess the situation. The prudence of using an analyzer to track enemy movements before acting. Iron Rain Standard Field Manual 54-6. The commander's role is not to issue orders. It is to create an environment where the platoon does not have to make decisions on their own. Not once during the missions this manual would ever have crossed my mind. Another day gone without a hitch. Iron Rain Standard Field Manual 1-1. Winning 100 battles is not the greatest victory. Winning without fighting is true victory. It is the finest manual to describe someone who holds the entire battlefield in the palm of their hand. Let's see. You're listening, right? Watch Hilde in action. Dark stars can be quite tricky for the Iron Rain to deal with. They're definitely a nuisance, but trying to wipe them out feels like more trouble than it's worth. So we'd be turning a blind eye to the minor losses, when they're harvesting resources on Pagna or skimming supplies in transit, but that day, they crossed the line. So where exactly is this woman inside? How many times did I have to say it? He's a biologist from Iron Rain. Is this about... What's her name? Theo? What? I don't want to explain anymore. Just go in and see for yourself. What? Are you soaking? Intruder! Pew pew. Did you kill them? Just stun them for a moment. Our kidnapped target is inside here. Everyone, stay sharp. Let's finish this quick and clean. Yes, ma'am. I'm telling you, it's true. The invaders are searching for an entity called the Queen. The moment they've been waiting for is drawing near. I see. Right, looks like it. The Western has arrived 2 hours earlier than I expected. Hey, over here. Huh? A rescue team? What the? Sound the alarm right now. I want to wrap this up quickly. Quietly. Everyone, be careful not to get hurt.
명사수의 기합 넣고 갑니다. 지금이 기회야. 명사수의 실력을 보여줄 기합 넣고 갑니다. 명사수의 지금이 기회야. 기합 넣고 갑니다. 명사수의 실력을 보여줄게. 기합 넣고 빠져나갈 틈더리 길지 않을 테니까. 빈틈 발견. 빈틈 발견. 빈틈 발견. 빈틈 발견.
I don't think there's enough arrows.
명사수의 실력을 보여줄게. 모두 잘 부탁해. 기합 넣고 갑니다. 명사수의 실력을 보여 빠져나갈 틈더리 길지 않을 테니까. 기합 넣고 갑니다. 명사수의 실력을 지금이 기회야. 기합 넣고 갑니다. 거점을 파고들어서
Back in hand.
빈틈
Draw.
발견. 빈틈 발견. 명사수의 실력
That's
빈틈
it,
발견.
Excuse you.
빈틈 발견. 기합 넣고 갑니다. 명사수의 실력 지금이 기회야.
Let's create a lot of
지금이
them
기회야.
and then wipe them out.
빠져나갈 틈더리 길지 않을 테니까. 빈틈 발견. 빈틈 발견. 빈틈 발견.
Impressive. An archer from the Iron Ring. He must be the infamous battlefield trickster. The name is Hilde, I presume. Battlefield trickster? You see, the reason why I ended up captured here is that... And that's why we managed to locate and rescue the target. That biologist wouldn't stop talking the whole way back, which he didn't seem like a bad person. We accomplished the mission and even earned some leave as a reward. A heart happy ending if I do say so myself. But what's the story behind that battlefield trickster thing? Oh, I didn't expect you to be curious about that, Captain. You want to know? Are you so curious you can't sleep at night? Honestly, not really. You'll have to wait a little, even if you're curious. Hang on a little longer and not explain. To be continued. How much on a bet that she doesn't actually know, and it's real Hilde that actually knows? Mission report. Target secured. Darkstar forces suppressed. All 13 Fox members returned safely. Special notes. The commander had already calculated enemy positions and movement patterns before entering the base, minimizing the unnecessary engagements. Guard suppression. Entry timing and target acquisition. The battlefield trickster. Isn't the name a little too harsh of a nickname? Guard suppression, enemy timing, and target acquisition. In response to unexpected combat, every step flowed without interruption. Conclusion. The commander was a true ace of the battlefield. However, people call her the battlefield trickster. Why do they call her that? I still don't have the answer. Like I said, Uni doesn't know. Mission complete. Let's grab something to eat. I think she likes food. Third story. This is a dangerous mission, so everyone stay sharp. Some losses are acceptable. Those who had struck a nerve with the commander. Well, here we are, the last one already. You seem oddly proud about this. I mean, there's nothing special about the nickname, is there? Battlefield Trickster. A completely ordinary, harmless nickname. Kind of average, don't you think? You think so too, right? I suppose it is pretty ordinary. Really? You really think so? I'm kidding, I think it's a cool nickname. I knew it. Then we're curious about how I earned that nickname, right? Right? I'd love to hear it. Oh man, if you really insist, I guess I have no choice. I didn't keep the story to myself, but since it's between you and me, I'll make a special exception. I mean, it's not classified or anything like that. It's just a bit of an unusual story. I can laugh it off these days, but things were pretty serious back then. Nothing to say? Fill in Uni's notebook. No matter how dire the situation, the commander was always the same. In a crisis, being ambushed even when backed into a corner, she always wore that sly, unflappable look. I didn't quite catch that. Could you say that again? But then orders came down from above, and the commander's tone changed. Some losses are acceptable. Abandon the objective and retreat immediately. Minimize engagements and complete the mission. I'm assuming that this is the one they want. Absolute acceptable casualties. Are you serious? The commander sat down the communicator and the line went dead. Insubordination, ma'am. A member of the platoon said quietly. The commander turned around and said, well, Einrein's comms seem to be acting up today. Is everyone okay? Let's say to do this operation our way. The mission ends here. We're falling back. I'll take full responsibility. Follow me. From here on out, it's up to you. Since you're taking responsibility, I'm assuming it's this one. So all the responsibility, so don't worry. Yep, I was right again. Mission complete. Objective secured, all hands rescued. Not even the menu can describe a more perfect outcome. A few days later, the commander emerged from the meeting with command. What are your stubborn dolts? She said, smiling. Don't worry about us. I understand the meaning behind that satisfied expression. The joy of achieving a goal greater than any promotion. Everyone returning unharmed. What was the disciplinary action for the commander? Promoted for outstanding performance. Next mission suspended. Promotion withheld for insubordination. I'm assuming since they got a vacation, the next mission was suspended. Promotion? It would have been only made one more tired, so I guess it was for the best. Also, it is promotion. I see. I was wrong. Check memo results. The one struck a nerve with the commander. Some losses are acceptable. As a soldier, I was prepared for this. Knowing full well it was insubordination, the commander spoke. I'll take full responsibility. Follow me. The latest person carries the heaviest words. Nothing happened. Why does everyone look like that? Isn't something happening the best outcome? Isn't nothing happening the best outcome? Anyway, how did I miss with nothing for something? The command's evaluation following a flawless outcome. Motion withheld for insubordination. That's so unfair. Phew. Made it another day. Watch Hilde in action. That's gonna be a short stream, it looks like. Oh. That's interesting. Past Einreich, squad command room. Insubordination during a mission. You'd better explain yourself in detail, Commander Hilde. If that's what you wish, I'm more than happy to explain. Never repeat the mission assigned to you and your fire team. You tasked with luring the entity-designated Brood Lord to protect the transport zone, is that correct? That's right. During the mission, the Brood Lord threatened the transport ship and you were ordered to stop it, even at the cost of casualties. Is that correct? That's right. Then why did you disobey your orders and lead your fire team out of the area of operation? The Brood Lord did ultimately retreat, but that was sheer luck. What if the Brood Lord had attacked the transport ship? How were you planning to take responsibility? That would not have happened, because I was the one who made the Brood Lord retreat. There was a way to make the Brood Lord retreat without any casualties. A way to make the Brood Lord retreat, you say? There's no record of anything like that in the military's database. Where on earth did you get that information? You see... Probably... Whoa! Several years ago, Planet Pagna outskirts. Ta-da! You know what this is, Hilde? None other than the fearsome Brood Lord. Isn't it just a skin? Oh, come on! It's not just a skin. We can gather so much information from this. I wish people would make interested in science and ecology too. Come on, Hilde, have a seat. I hate studying. Unlike the other parts, the hardened secretions at the tip have formed a unique, delicate crystalline shape. This tail is the most fascinating part. A neurosubstance is released from the tip, and uses the substance to send command signals, like rally, disperse, attack, retreat, and so on. What if there's a way to mimic or block the substance? If we could synthesize a similar substance, we might be able to issue false commands to the invaders. Do you happen to know how to make something like that? Traces of bioluminescence remain in the center of the torso. A friction marks scratched in a constant direction are left on the carapace. The Brood Lord patrols its own territory along a fixed route. Its organ becomes active during the mating season. Once stimulated, it charges straight at the source. Can you change its route if you stimulate this bioluminescent organ? In theory, yes. You could also leave a stimulating sense somewhere to redirect its path. Now check out the mouth. Birds have nothing but razor-sharp teeth. Between them, fine organs are densely packed. The Brood Lord tracks its scents using the organs between its teeth. What is the thing that sticks out of its mouth? Where's that thing? It's especially sensitive to the smell of gunpowder and metal oil. In other words, those with guns are at a disadvantage. So that's why it wasn't reacting to me, huh? I thought you knew this. Isn't that why you use a bow? No. Heel, how about we start heading back? An actual Brood Lord might show up at this rate. Wait a moment, Hilde. Don't you? Did you hear something? I heard like a real Brood Lord. Whoa! It's a real Brood Lord! Yikes, run! But this is a chance for field research. Wait, Hilde! Electrifying. And that's how I managed to slip out of the command's clutches in one piece. Man, that was exhausting. On top of the research results P.O. uncovered, the mission itself was a complete success. The command had no choice but to drop the matter? Well, the insubordination charge still stood, so my promotion was withheld and my pay was cut. That's just life, you know? Then you're living a pretty dangerous life. It all worked out in the end, so it's fine. Nobody came out worse for it, right? Regardless of the method, the results are always flawless. From the command's perspective, you must have seemed like nothing short of a trickster. Pretty much. Are you absolutely anxious about trusting your batches to a trickster? No, I've had similar experiences myself. And above all, if a trickster is on your side, you'll never come out on the losing end. I like the sound of that. It wasn't an act, I mean it, truly. Mission report. Counter zone defense successful. Broodlord lure successful. All fireteam Fox members returned safely. Special notes. The commander defied orders from above and turned the Broodlord's own instincts against it. Information on the Broodlord's tracking organs, movements, and neuroscience are not just ecological data. It serves as the core basis for the operation. That could have gone really badly. Conclusion. The commander did not take orders lightly. On the contrary, he took them more seriously than anyone. Which is precisely why she refused to follow orders that could cost her squad their lives. Whatever the command's assessment may be, the outcome of this mission is clear. That could have been really bad. You just said that. I got the hiccups now. I'll drink some water. Basically like a in-review event after the events of Chapter 1. Of Hilde's past. Not a whole lot of fancy new lore. Like the first one, just introduction. Apparently, Uni can transform into Hilde somehow. First story was just in the past, talking about the flag things she talks about. Remind me of the, again, season 2. Second story, not much happened there, just meeting Pio. And third one is about how a bit more of the ecology of the invaders, which is the most interesting one of the bunch so far. This one feels so short. I don't know if that's just me. We need our own code of conduct. A new code of conduct. You need to fireteam Fox. One not found in any Iron Man manual was born. It's in the Uni story. Uni's notebook, Uni story. And thanks to my brilliant efforts, every operation was pulled off without a hitch. Impressive. And so you got plenty of stories to tell. Want to hear more? What do you say? Let's stop here. I think it's about time. Is that so? That's a shame. Oh well. When I blinked, Uni was standing where Hilde had been. Her acting was so breathtaking that it felt almost unreal. Can you even call this acting? Of course. As somebody acted as she would. Well then, that's all for today. Pick up the rest tomorrow. We're doing this tomorrow too? Of course. We can't stop halfway. We've seen this right through to the end. Although Hilde's reckless, laid back, and has a habit of running away from her subordinates, she's still our leader to the end. I look quite proud of her. Of course. Speaking of which, there's something I'd like to ask you, Captain. I'd like to take this opportunity to create a code of conduct unique to our fire team. Because of the clashes with the command? Yes, we're soldiers of the Iron Rain, but at the same time, we are members of Fireteam Fox. In order to uphold the commander's will, we need a clear code of conduct. May I count on your help, Captain? Of course, Uni. I'll do my best for Hilde and Fireteam Fox. Thank you. How should I make this? Put in Uni's notebook. Whatever Iron Rain Command has to say, Fireteam Fox needs a code of conduct of its own. The platoon's very own code of conduct. The commander's most important priorities. What is the title of the poster? Fireteam Fox Combat Manual. Fireteam Fox, all hands return code of conduct. Iron Rain, Art of War. Is it like Sun Tzu, Art of War? I'm assuming it's gonna be the simple name. I even says what the commander values most, like everyone returning unharmed. Oh. So they're saying all hands return. I see. The Fireteam Fox, all hands return code of conduct. Article 1. Engagement is the last resort. Article 2. The standard information of completion is all hands returned. I think I know what it is. Article 3. Watch over death lies before departure. The most important of which was the special clause. What is the final special clause? Absolute obedience to the commander's orders. Trust the commander, but never leave her behind alone. Always laugh at the commander's jokes. I'm assuming... this one. The commander takes it for granted standing at the front alone, even knowing how dangerous it is. Oh, so it was trust the commander, but never leave her behind alone. I was wrong again. Last but not least, came the cover. It took tearing through more than 10 notebook pages before they finally settled on an image would represent Fireteam Fox. The painting that represents Fireteam Fox, huh? It was decided at the very beginning. What image will be drawn on the poster? A fox, the symbol of Fireteam Fox. A Gatling gun that has overwhelming firepower. The face of Commander Hilde. So it's either their namesake, Uni's gun, or Hilde. I'm gonna go with... it's probably Hilde, because fangirl. Of course, no matter how much you think about it, there's only one person who can be called the face of Fireteam Fox. One person? Yeah, it is Hilde. Something new. Just for Fireteam Fox. Fireteam Fox, all hands return code of conduct. Article 1. Engagement is a last resort. Article 2. The command for mission completion is all hands returned. Article 3. Watch over death flags before departure. Important special clause. There's the photo. It's done. This is definitely the one. Now, draw the final image. We need to think twice, obviously. No need to think twice, obviously. The face of Commander Hilde. That's what we should... that's what we should put... that's what should be on it. How was it so hard to say? There we go, it's done. A flag standing bent. Done. Here it is. I even drew the cover. You're quite the artist. It's part of being a soldier. I especially practice drawing the commander regularly. Practice? Never mind. Anyway, with this, the code of conduct is complete. Allow me to get into character. Ahem. As Una began her performance, she transformed into Hilde once again. That settles that. Oh. Is that so? Of course, huh? What exactly did we settle? I'll see you next time. One of the two was bolted out of the room, while the other smiled and walked over to my side. You really are Hilde, right? Of course I am. Don't tell me how she mixed me up with Uni. She's a good actress, yes, but surely you can tell just by looking, right? Well, so, Captain, what exactly was she talking about? You're talking behind my back. Oh wait, since I'm right here, doesn't make it talking in front of me? You were drafting a code of conduct. Code of conduct? Oh, this is because of what happened last time. Man, Uni worries too much. It all worked out fine in the end. And it was something that had to be done. I follow Hilde's gaze and see the war game board we've been playing on together. The tide of battle favors me. Yet Hilde managed to bring every member of her unit back alive. However, in doing so, the commander's peace had to be sacrificed. Her flag was destroyed and she stood alone. Captain, what do you think? I consider it the second best move. Second best? Why? Because it violated a special clause in the Code of Conduct. Special clause? What is it? Just gonna change this. Here, Uni. Here, Commander. Uni, who had quietly approached from behind Hilde, was holding her military notebook. Weren't you running away earlier, Uni? I wasn't running away. I simply said I'd see you next time. We need your approval for the code of conduct, after all. Oh, yeah? So what's this special clause the captain mentioned? Trust the commander, but never leave it behind alone. That is our code of conduct. We'll never leave you alone. We'll always come back together. Yep. It was just copying what Vanessa did. When did I ever say I'd stay alone? Once this mission is over, I'll make sure you to join at that restaurant you all picked out. And we'll take a commemorative photo too. Stop worrying about me and go. You know I'll never break a promise. You did. I see. Hilde? That's a wonderful code. But even a broken flag can still stand, as long as there is solid ground beneath it. Those flags did not fall alone. Together, they all stood tall. Man, my fire team is amazing. Thanks to you guys, my job is such a breeze. Seriously, it's the sweetest gig around. I almost wish I could leave everything to you. Please don't say that in front of the captain, and you still need to drive the plane for our next mission. Get to it. Uni, you're making my head spin. Captain, help! Of course. You too, Captain? That's not fair. Just stealing this because we can get it without the UI. Uni's scolding continued for a while, but even as she was being lectured, Hilde couldn't stop smiling. It was a smile just as bright as the one in a certain photograph. A satisfying result. Thanks for the sticker. Oh, it's in the lobby, that's what it is. I didn't finish those. But I need to watch this. I need to check to see something. But I'm just gonna read it. I was going through paperwork in my quarters as usual when Nono came by. Captain, you have a moment? Sure, Nono, what's up? You see, I'm thinking of throwing a beach festival. So I came to hear what you think about it. Cheer! A beach festival? Yes, I recently noticed that our companions' fatigue and stress levels have been running pretty high. So I want to give everyone a chance to rest and have fun with some activities to help build camaraderie. And for that kind of festival, the beach seems like the perfect place to liven things up. I see. I see. That's a great idea. Right? So, I'd love to hear your thoughts too. Do you have any good ideas? Ideas, huh? Nothing really comes to mind. Aw, but it's been a while since we've held a festival. Isn't there anything you'd like to do, Captain? What? A festival? That sounds like fun. Where's it being held? The door to my quarters suddenly swing open, and someone walked in. Who could that be? It is Hilde! I turned to look, and there was Hilde, sitting with a relaxed smile on her face. Oh, Hilde! Sorry. I heard something about a festival and couldn't wait to come in. That's right. We're planning a beach festival and we're gathering ideas. Oh, sounds like I might be able to help out then. Really? Well, we're talking about the beach. You've got water sports, seafood dishes, and fireworks too. Wow, you're right. That sounds like so much fun. And screening a war movie by the beach could be fun too. Ooh, screening a movie by the beach. Nuna had already pulled out a notebook and was scribbling something down, both listening intently to Hilde. But a war movie? Is that really okay? Or you could have a competition where you build fortifications out of sand. Ooh, building sandcastles. That could be a fun contest. It would say in one thing, you know knows hearing a different thing. Selective hearing. Exactly. You judge who is the sturdiest one, whether it's fit for tactical and real combat use, and so on. Then you have everyone vote to decide the winner. I kind of feel like they're talking past each other. A firearms exhibition, a lecture on the history of firearms, or a themed minigame for disassembling and reassembling guns would be great too. I feel like gun assembly and disassembly is a terrible thing to do on the beach. But what do I know? Aren't those just things you want to do? You got me. So, thanks to you, we've gathered all sorts of ideas. This is going to be so much fun. Glad I could help. Oh, what in public debate about firearms sounds like a great idea too. An inexplicable wave of dizziness starts washing over me. When I let out a sigh, Hilde grinned and spoke. Captain, you look like you've got a headache. Oh well, I suppose we should leave the idea-starved captain alone. No. Why don't you do this somewhere else? Just the two of us. I'll help however I can. Really? Thank you so much. I was honestly struggling on my own. No worries. I can't sit out on something this fun. Great. And shall we start by heading out to the festival? Working the festival plan in detail? Sure. Let's do that. Alright, Captain. We'll be heading out then. See you later. As the two left my quarters, silence settled in, like the calm after a storm. Come to think of it, didn't Hilde have something she wanted to talk to me about? A few days later, SS Nightmare Park. Passing through the park, I spotted Nono carrying a huge load of stuff. She must be preparing for the festival she mentioned before. Oh, Captain! No. Are you getting ready for the festival? Yes. Things have been busy because there's so much to prepare, but everyone's been helping me out, so it's not too bad. And that everyone includes me, too. Hilde chimed in, standing behind Nono. He was carrying a load that looked far heavier than Nono's. You got quite a lot there. What are you planning for the festival? We're going to open a big beach cafe. A beach cafe? Yes. We set up a cafe on the beach, hold all kinds of contests and events, and sell drinks and food too. Eating and drinking together while having fun. It should help everyone unwind and relieve a lot of stress. Plus, from a military training standpoint, they say light activities like this actually help improve teamwork too. So don't forget to come and join us, Captain. Okay, I got it. She's not kidding. If you don't show up, things are going to get pretty complicated. You're playing the most important role in all of this. So don't be late to the festival, okay? Got it? Sure. I glanced over as I answered, and behind that, Nono and Hilde were carrying. There was an absolutely massive pile of stuff stacked up behind them. I'm sure they're even preparing a lot for this festival. That's right. We're going to keep this festival going for a very, very long time. Turns out, Nono's quite a bit more ambitious than I expected. No. If you act like a greedy little pig, you'll end up turning into one. Seriously? Captain, is that really true? I don't think so. Phew, thank goodness. I watched with a smile as Hilde teased Nono, saying it was just a prank, then headed back to my quarters to finish up the remaining work. Yeah, I can answer your question. I was just focusing on the story segment. So it does look like I will need to select all of them so I can get the rest of the story. That's what I want to check out. Question is, I can't replay the story. Good. I think that's everything though. Just a short little stream to get that event done. I'll get this completed so I can do this story after I do chapter 3. But yeah. That's everything for today. Wait, I think I can do 10 pull. Because I want to get my full completion, I'm going to do this. 1 time pull. Nothing. And one of these. Nothing again. But yeah. With that, that's everything I planned for today, so take care, Protoss, and until 0 turns to 1, and make sure to keep informed on the lore and story of Chaos Zero Nightmare. Keep her out, and I will see you next time.